Hey, beautiful, beautiful Sag. Let's get into your bonus reading. So, what are we talking about here, Sag? Somebody wants to make you an offer? Speak some kind of truth? What's going on? Somebody may be leaving. Maybe they're reaping what they've sown. Somebody is carrying the weight of the world on their shoulder. Okay, now seems as if someone has been acting very cold, very mean, very cruel. It could be someone in your family. Someone could have acted very cold toward you, mean toward you. Well, it's like they may have lost their best friend. Someone is just acting like they've lost their best friend. Now, Sag, it's you and someone else again. This King of Pentacles is always showing up in your read. Someone's really bummed out here. They are. They're worrying that they've lost your friendship. They're worrying that they are carrying around some guilt. Someone is heavily guilt ridden here. They're thinking they've lost you, and they're thinking you've lost someone else. And this someone else is the King of Pentacles. So it could be family, your family, someone in your family. So somebody is like, they've lost your friendship, they've lost speaking to you, communicating to you, they're feeling guilty for being mean. They said something really nasty to you, hurtful to you, or mean to you, and now they're feeling guilty and carrying something on their shoulders. Guilt of what they said to you, how they treated you. It's like now they're worried, well, they made a damn fool of themselves. That's what they did. Yep. So you got all this love going on here. Sag, you're stable, you're confident, you're celebrating, and now somebody is, they're arguing, they're fighting, they're regretting what they said to you, and they're regretting being mean. Now they feel they've lost everybody who's important to them, who really meant something to them. Seems to be you and seems to be this King of Pentacles. You could be the King of Pentacles if you're the masculine. So someone's feeling they were selfish and arrogant. And they're going through a tower. and it's to do with you. Look, you're highly motivational here. This was in your first read. Now, Sagittarius, I've used these cards for all the other reads, and it's coming back to the same thing. It's because you're building something successful for yourself. And now they have felt that they have lost. They feel like a failure. They see you winning. They see you building. They see you highly motivated. And they feel like an outsider looking in. They feel they've lost your friendship. They feel that they've destroyed this relationship by being cruel, by being mean, by being foolish, or saying something cruel and something mean. They were selfish. They were arrogant. They were trying to control you. And it's like now they've lost it all. They feel they've lost everything by their own actions. Somebody is learning a lesson here. Now, they're stressed out, worried about asking you for forgiveness, worried, you know, by their own actions. It's like they listen to somebody who's interfering. Somebody is learning their lesson. They may not be telling you, Sagittarius, but someone's feeling the guilt of what they said to you and how they treated you. Well, it's costly. It's cost them their friendship with you, their relationship with you, and not just with you, but you and other people. They're being put up to doing this, but they still have to acknowledge accountability. They can't blame everybody else for their own actions. They can't blame everybody else for the decisions that they made and the choices that they made. And it's like, so this person is guilt ridden, but they're trying to save face. They know they owe you an apology. They're real nervous about this apology. Hmm. The reason why they're nervous about the apology is because they know the things that they've said behind your back. They know that the damage they have caused to you and to someone else, like around you. The reason why they've done this is because they're miserable. They're miserable in their own life. They are miserable with whoever that they are with. They're miserable. And they could have been taking their frustration and their temper out on you. They could have been mean toward you and cruel toward you. They could have been trying to belittle you, make you feel insecure. They could have been saying things about you, saying things about those that are close to you. And now they're left with it, what they did. It's like plunk. You're moving on. It cost them their friendship with you. It cost them, oh, it's like they sold you out for someone else. It's like they sold you out. They threw you under the bus when they should have been defending you. They threw you under the bus when they should have stood up for you. They acted cowardly. This is a coward. They acted cowardly. And they should have stood up for you. It's really brought a lot of happiness to their life. And this person really did care about you. And they secretly was trying to manipulate you. Okay? And obviously, you saw through them, Sag. You saw through their facade. You saw through them. Now they're feeling embarrassed and now they're feeling ashamed. They hurt themselves. By doing this to you, they're hurting themselves. They was backstabbing you, Sag. Now it's like they've got, you're no longer bothering with whoever this is. You're moving on in your life. They're left with this all on their plate. They're miserable. The guilt is rotting this person because you have moved on and you've got your confidence back. You're over here, and you know what? That's they're suffering from their own consequences of whatever they did. They are suffering the consequences. And like I said, they got to admit to the consequences. They got to own up and be accountable to the consequences. That's what they're struggling with. That would mean that they would have to admit their dirty deeds. They would have to admit to you what they've been doing behind your back. They would have to admit to you their guilt. They would have to face the consequences of that. So instead of doing that, which would be a huge weight off their shoulders, it's like the waiting game. They're trying to out. What are they waiting for? Waiting for what? Like, they waiting for you to reach out to them. They waiting for you to crack. They waiting for you. You've moved on. I'm sorry, Sag, but you have. When a Sag is done, a Sag is done. Like, so all this accumulation now is on their shoulders. You've dropped the ball, and now they are carrying it. Where that's where it's supposed to be. Put the ball back in their court. You stop playing ball. You ain't playing no game. And now they're left with the results and the consequences of their actions. And they're like, well, jeez, what do I do now? What do I do now? They may have said sorry. They may owe you an apology, but the damage has been done. They got to face the consequences of what they did. And that's what they're having a tough time with. It's almost like if you forgave them, um, it doesn't mean you're all going to be buddy buddy with this person. You know what I mean? Like, you may forgive them for your own self, but it's almost like they want you to relieve their guilt. If you was to forgive them, it would get them out of hot water. And that's a wrong reason for apologizing. Apologies should be about facing the consequences. There got to be consequences. Otherwise, they're just going to keep saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, and then do it again. And I'm sorry, and then go again. They got to get a reality check and they got to face the consequences and own up to them. It's one thing to apologize, but why are you apologizing? To alleviate yourself of the pain? Or are you apologizing for the pain that you put someone else through? It seems they want to apologize to alleviate their pain so they don't have to feel guilty. Instead of being genuine, a genuine apology is when they realize the consequences of their actions and they actually made a wholehearted apology for the pain they caused you. It's still about, like, they don't get it. The apology even is about them. I feel guilty. I'm feeling the pain of my consequences. So I want Sagittarius to forgive me so I feel better. Instead of like, oh my God, I've really, really hurt Sag. Please forgive me for hurting you like that. It's not like that kind of apology. It's like, I want Sag to forgive me because I don't want to feel this way anymore. Like, they're not getting it. It's like, can't we be friends or can't we just be on friendly terms? Well, I don't think you're too interested in that kind of apology, Sag. Like, if it was a genuine apology, it might be different. All right? I don't know. If it was a genuine apology, it might be different. Like, Sag, oh my God. Now I see how badly I've hurt you, and I'm incredibly sorry for the pain I put you through. I wouldn't blame you, Sag, if you never spoke to me again. I wouldn't blame you, Sag, if you can't forgive me, but I just want, and leave it, and leave it. But they're apologizing because they want to alleviate their suffering. They don't want to feel that way. And somebody was interfering. There's no question about it. But they allowed it. And it really doesn't matter what kind of relationship it is, whether it's a personal relationship or a love relationship. If someone is genuinely going to apologize, make it real. Don't they know Sagittarians? I'm going to be real. Most people fear Sagittarius because they're so damn honest and blunt. Like, but straightforward. There is no pulling punches here with Sag. You might even say, why are you apologizing? What's the reason? Why are you apologizing? Oh, because I feel so guilty. I feel so bad. Well, what do you feel bad about? Well, geez, my life hasn't been the same. It's about them. If they come at you with anything other than Sag has hurt you deeply, I don't expect you to forgive me. I just want you to know. I know how badly I hurt you. You might be in business here. Take care, Sach.